Three news stories for you. Firstly, a small nation in Africa, Gambia, has re-elected their president, Adama Barrow. Opposition has rejected the results. We'll have a look at that. Secondly, China has officially joined No More campaign. Viewers. The campaign was launched by Ethiopian government. Chinese state media is sharing a statement about this campaign. Thirdly, drones over Tigray all the time. There is a presence of these drones. Geta Choreda also confirmed this development. What's happening there, viewers? How will TPLF and TDF manage if there are drones over Tigray all the time, watching all the movements? How will TPLF and TDF and Tigray leaders handle this new threat? We'll have a look at that. Firstly, viewers, the Gambia, a small nation in West Africa, has held elections. Adama Barrow has been re-elected as the president of the Gambia for the next 5 years. His second term, and opposition has rejected election results. He got 53% of total cast votes. His opponent got 28% of the total cast votes. Opposition says that election results were announced late and there were irregularities. In Africa, in most parts of Africa, either no elections are held. If elections are held, opposition parties boycott. They are kept outside the process. If they become part of this process, then there is no agreement and people reject election results mostly. In Ethiopia, we saw that two major parties boycotted election. June 20th election. TPLF was not allowed to contest because it was banned as a political party. Then in Eritrea, no elections. In Djibouti, Ismail Omar in power for decades. Kenya is a much better state in this regard, viewers. In Somalia, elections are being delayed. Farmajo has completed his term, but he is still in power. Opposition says as long as Farmajo is in power, no free and fair elections can be held in Somalia. But he is there, and there are still disagreements between opposition and government politicians about how to hold free, fair, and transparent elections. But in the Gambia, at least elections were held. Now opposition parties will challenge these results in the courts, it seems. Now, secondly, China has officially joined No More campaign. Chinese state media has issued some statements. And the statement says that China backs this No More campaign. China is against any foreign intervention in Ethiopian internal matters under the guise of human rights. And China will keep on backing the people of Ethiopia, no matter what the situation is. Chinese Foreign Minister visited Ethiopia last week, I think. We were a bit surprised that why was he visiting Ethiopia at such a critical time when battles was going on so many fronts. Why was he visiting Ethiopia at such a critical time? But Chinese had calculated well. They knew that Ethiopian forces were about to make large gains. So they had some on the ground information. And they made their assessments and then they visited Ethiopia. No More campaign, which was launched on social media, has turned into a movement now. Ethiopian government is using this campaign as a campaign against foreign intervention in Ethiopia and in Africa. Rallies have been held in Ethiopia, in the US, in the UK, and other countries too. And secondly, Ethiopian government is accusing international media of being biased against Ethiopian government and of supporting Tigray People Liberation Front. So this campaign is basically against the West, Western media, Western countries, the US. So China has joined this campaign. China is now backing this campaign. Lastly, viewers, the presence of drones over Tigray has become a norm now. Drone strikes are being conducted on regular basis. Geta Choreda a few hours ago confirmed that it's a norm now. How will TDF counter this new threat of continued presence of drones over Tigray? Firstly, Geta Chorada's tweet is a confirmation that drones played a key role in the reversal of battlefield situation, which we have seen over the past few days, that TDF has retreated, ENDF has made gains. From several towns and cities, TDF has retreated, and drones played a key role. Drones conducted very precise strikes on TDF positions in Shafra and in Afar, I would say, not Shafra, in Afar and in Gashina. TDF suffered heavy losses. Their armor, their artillery pieces, their APCs were very precisely targeted. How can you fight? How can you advance if your armored vehicles, if your APCs, if your artillery pieces are precisely targeted? Use these modern drones, especially Turkish TB2s, I know how accurate they are. These modern drones are extremely accurate. They are enemies of armor, artillery, and APCs. As long as there are drones in the air, there cannot be any artillery, any tanks, any APCs on the ground. So that is what happened on a far front. And in Gashina, TDF positions, their bunkers, they were targeted as well in Gashina. Now, the drones are over Tigray too. TDF is withdrawing from most parts. It has withdrawn from Afar, it's withdrawing from Amhara. But how will TDF counter this drone threat if drones continue monitoring movement of TDF, TPLF leaders in Tigray, and they keep on hitting targets on the ground as well? We have seen that over the past few days, the drones have hit residential areas. Those were basically drone strikes against some specific individuals on the ground. Drones are not conducting strikes on TDF's arms depots. Rather, they are targeting TPLF and TDF leadership. So that is the challenge which TDF is facing now. TDF does not have any weaponry to counter these drones. No country, even developed countries, do not have any effective weaponry to counter these drones. Only you can use some electronic warfare systems which Russia has, but even those systems are not very accurate. So I don't think that Tigray has any capability to shoot down these drones, even to detect these drones. Tigray cannot detect these drones too. They fly at an altitude. So it would be a challenge for Tigray. How will Tigray meet this challenge? That remains to be seen, viewers. And if TDF withdraws altogether from Amhara back into Tigray, will Ethiopian government continue drone strikes on Tigray, on Mekelle? That's also a very important question. So several things remain to be seen. Getachew tweet confirms that drones are a problem for Tigray Defense Force. Thank you for watching.